So welcome to Triple Science. This is a pathways video to help you make the right decision and choose the best pathway for you. So we're going to look at why Triple Science, how can it benefit you, are you thinking about some potential careers, what Triple Science is, so looking at some of the typical content, the required practicals that we cover and the structure of the exam papers, and then we'll look at the skills that we can help you to develop, and we'll look at some current Year 11 reflections that are currently studying Triple Science. So I'd really like to start with a little reflection. So while I'm talking, just think to yourself, why is it I want to study Triple Science? So maybe you're thinking of a career in science in like long term that you want to work your way towards. Are you thinking of studying A levels in that transition period? If so, Triple Science is definitely the pathway that you need to be considering. It gives you a really solid foundation, as we have found that some of the A level topics have dropped down into Triple Science, so it's almost going to bridge that gap for you really easily. Maybe you're thinking of studying Triple Science for careers also. So there are lots and lots of opportunities that are open to you for studying science and the career paths that you can take. So pharmacist, we've got an archaeologist, a virologist. You may even consider some in chemistry also. So these are the chemistry career options that you could go for. So pharmacist, forensic scientist, physics also. Another wealth of options here. Or even if you're considering something as a rounded scientist, so health maybe, so physiologist, sports scientist, Triple Science can help you in all of those areas. So let's look ahead at the skills that you will need. So the beauty of Triple is that we already build on your existing skills that you've developed in science through Year 7, right the way through to Year 9 now, where you're currently thinking about your options. So we will further develop these types of skills. We want students who are inquisitive and curious. We want you to want to know why. If you're not getting that, are you prepared to go away from the classroom, do your own research to find out the whys? Are you good at problem solving? So you could develop those problem solving skills even more. In science, things don't always go right. They don't always go planned. So in practice, doesn't always match what should happen in theory. So we really love those students who are ready equipped, ready to learn, ready to problem solve. And I suppose that comes in tail with resilient as well. We need you to be really resilient. Sometimes things won't always work out. Sometimes it will feel really difficult, feel really stretched. But you just need to be resilient and persevere and think to yourself why you're in it. Why have you chose Triple? Because you have a real passion and a love for science. And then that leads me to my last point, hard working. We need to have someone who has this skill set, all of these skill sets in place. I don't think we would be where we are now with our current Triple Scientists if we didn't have those students who were experiencing or demonstrating those skills in all those areas. Hard working. I couldn't ask for a harder working team of Triple Scientists at the moment. So do you feel that you could be one of those ready to take on this challenge? If so, continue watching. So let's take a look at what is covered in Science Combined at the moment. So we split it up into 3 areas, biology, chemistry and physics, and these are all of the topics that come under each of those categories. So as you can see, there's already a lot of information filled with a lot of skill sets as well. Now obviously being Triple, we go one step further than that, and on top of that you have all of these extra topics. So it's a real breadth and depth of knowledge here that you'll pick up with Triple Science. Now, as a result of that, we have to work at such a faster pace. So our lessons will cover a lot more things in a lot more depth as well. So we'll end up covering all of these topics in very quick timing. So that needs you to tap into that skill set that I said to you previously. Now, you have to love it. I really hammer on about this passion. You really have to love it because you'll be getting 5 extra hours of science over the 2 weeks. So that works out to be 14 hours a fortnight of science. So at the moment, if you're in science and you think, yeah, I do really enjoy it, I love science, but do you love it enough to be in it for 14 hours a fortnight? You're going to need that resilience that you're going to need to tap into. You may even, on occasions, the timetable has lent itself to having 3 to 4 hours of science a day. So you need to be prepared to have that popping up quite regularly. Right, let's take a little look at the practicals. So there are 28 practicals. These are required practicals, ones that we have to do to prepare you for your exams. So you'll see a familiar layout here with the required practical placemat sheets. So you'll do 28 of those, split up into 10 for physics, 8 for chemistry, and 10 for biology. So these practical skills will be further developed in A-level and then at university, so it gives you a really good foundation in which you can work with. Now, everyone raves about practicals, however, not everyone enjoys the write-up, but that's where most of the magic happens. So we need to be able to look at what happened, why it happened, what could we do to improve it, how could we change our method to make further improvements. So the analysis is just as important as the required practical. So you need to be well prepared for them going wrong and how we can put them right. I've also given you a little breakdown here, so all the required practicals that are currently in combined, and then I've also, if I can show you here, these are the extra ones that you'll have to do for triple alone. So we've got 28 in total. Right, let's look ahead at these exams. So we prepare you for 6 exams in total. So you have 2 for biology, 2 for chemistry, and 2 for physics. Now, combined science, each of these exams are an hour and 15. However, for triple, we have to extend that to an hour and 45 minutes per paper. So we have to allow for all that hard work that you've spent earning that extra knowledge and learning that extra knowledge, and we have to assess you on that. Hence, it's not 70 marks, it's now a 100-mark paper. So you're going to have to be prepared to be sitting in the exam hall a little bit longer than the combined students, just to make sure that we get all of those extra marks for our extra knowledge that we've learned. Don't worry either, we do both tiers, so we do foundation and we do higher tier available in triple science too. So let's have a look at our current Year 11 triple scientists in action. So despite all the disruption that we've had, we've still made time to do some practicals outside of the required practicals. So we've investigated surface area to volume ratio using agar jelly. We have looked at effectiveness of antiseptics on bacterial growth. We call it aseptic techniques. We've even made time to make ice cream in the lab to celebrate all our hard work at the end of term. So you will be rewarded with all your extra hard work. We've also dissected hearts just as you do in the combined science, and we have gone extra and we've even cloned a cauliflower. We also do set you on fire, but that is at your own request. So I thought it would only be fair if I asked the current triple science students, why did they choose it and what advice would they give? We've got things like, I like a challenge, and triple is definitely that. It definitely is a challenge. Some people were already looking ahead at their careers and thinking of becoming a biologist, and they knew that triple is what they needed to achieve that. People have said that they really love to discover and learn new things. I think that's really important. So the best piece of advice that they could give you is the pace of the lessons are quick and we cover lots of content, so to keep up I would suggest revision as you go. Very wise words there. And then the last one, which I thought was really important, practicals are fun and interesting as you persevere to find out something. You need resilience as they don't always work, and so the write-up is just as important as the practical itself. Very wise words. So on the next slide I've got a little video that I'd like you to watch. So it shows you the power of scientists of the future, things that people have discovered or come up with, and we really want to develop triple scientists like that. So if you really do have a passion for triple science, it's something that you've always been asking those why questions about, you want to know more, you want to learn more, you're committed, then I would definitely say that triple is for you. If you're still on the fence a little bit and you're not quite sure, the best thing I could suggest is go to your teachers and have a little conversation with them, and then come and find me in Lab 1 and we can have a little conversation too and maybe help you make that decision. Okay? Best of luck.